Well, guys, this is what I've done so far. It is the 7th of September, and finally got a little time. Yanked this poor bastard out last night. Yanked it out last night. My dad decided to give me a hand in pulling it out, which I'm pretty happy for. Got to inspect this a little better. Got a little work ahead of me. In fact, I've actually probably changed my mind on exactly how I'm going to do this. I think I want to replace a few more parts. I'd already intended on probably replacing these U-joints and everything, but I'm going to replace these U-joints. Looking at the back side of this, and well, shit, I'm in the wrong pants. I can't wipe it on my pants. Probably just going to replace all that. I need to replace this side. I don't know if you can see, but there's some play in those deals, so I'm going to have to take care of that. This side has actually been replaced. It's got a greasable fitting on there, and it's okay, but hell, I might as well go ahead and replace it. It is another extra $30, but then at least they're matching, you know. I'm going to check on, see how much these ball joints are. They don't seem to be bad. Hadn't really got a chance to check them, but probably just going to replace them anyways. Everything's going to get rebuilt on this truck, or this axle pretty much, except for the linkage. I'd like to replace the boots if I can find a boot replacement kit. It's just they're so damn expensive. Like this piece right here is like $100. This long piece, this other long piece is drag link. I can't remember which one's called the drag link exactly, but this piece here is like $150, $200. You know, the little tie rod ends, you know, they're like $40-$50. They're cheap, but it's just so expensive, and I ended up tearing the boot a little bit and getting that to come out. I'm going to take the diff cover off, check everything out with it, make sure it's alright, replace the fluid. That's going to be like $40, because I'm going to put, my truck pretty much has just about AMSOIL everything, so I'm going on continuing on my AMSOIL kick, and I'm just going to place the fluid in there and there's an additive that's like it's like $7 or $8. I'm just going to lock that in there. I ain't going to worry about anything else. And so that's pretty much it so far. I got it out. Next things that I've got to come off here's my drag link, or my end link, whatever you want to call it. I call them drag links. It just goes to that cross member right there and goes down the axle. Helps keep it from moving side to side. Leaf springs keep it from moving front and back. I mean, this is going to move some, just, you know, hitting a bump or whatever. But I have to pull those rear mounts off. I got to get a torch for that. Got to talk with a few people, so I can get either borrow a torch or get somebody to come over there with their torch and blow them out. Those are bolted, fortunately. I might be able to reuse the bolts. I don't know. Probably just replace those, get some new grade 8s. Luckily, those are bolted. Rest of this, I'm pretty much done on this front end. Rest of it, I don't really care about, don't need. But I'm going to come back here, and this thing, hopefully very soon, will be just completely laying on the ground. But I'm going to go after this overload pad. My dad says it looks like crap, and it does look like crap. But so far, everything that I've pulled and cleaned off here, somebody just took some paint. I can pull these apart and clean them up and paint them. Somebody painted over this, and I can tell this truck has been in the field with fertilizer. And there's several kinds of fertilizer, but the one in particular kind of brings and cakes up. It'll cake, and it can cause rust, but it don't really rust that much. It eventually will eat through, and then somebody painted over it, and so now it's just flaking off. So, but that's pretty much it, because I mean, if you look at like this part right here, this looks perfect, except for right on the edges of this mount right here. It's just perfect. So I mean, there's a lot of this stuff is okay on this truck, and it's got 180 something thousand on it. But bring you over in here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. and some of it is pitted. If it's pitted and I can replace it at a fair price, I'm gonna replace it. It's my little painting section area. But this stuff here, like this here, my sway bar is in pretty much perfect condition. This is in alright condition. Some of it's pitted, but these little pop-ups, particularly probably see this one on camera, yeah. This here is what I'm talking about. It'll do, and I took a wire brush to that with an grinder. It don't come off. Some of it did, some of it don't, and I just left whatever wouldn't, primered it and sealed it off. So it's good to go. Same thing with my sway bar links. But you know, everything's pretty much there, and I guess I'm gonna keep that frame just for mining hole locations if I need anything to measure and go by, just in case. The thing I'm really worried about right now is just those rear mounts. I might have to change mounts, get a different mount, and my sway bar links where they bolt to the frame. Other than that, I should be fine on needing anything else off that truck. Something I did find out, and unless I can change this, I'm going to have to replace that transfer case. Transfer case won't work for me. I need a speedometer. The transmission does not have one, and I was talking with a guy that's been rebuilding transmissions for the past 25-30 years, and he used to work on these old trucks a lot. Somebody tear the transmission out of them, grinding the gears too much or something, or breaking the gear. It's pretty much, he told me what was the only problem with these ZF5s was you mistreat them a little bit too much and you'll break them. We're replacing this linkage stuff in here is wore out. But he said that with a four-wheel drive, it ain't gonna have one. It goes to the transfer case. The transfer case is electronical. The 93 apparently is electronical. Mine is mechanical. So I'll have to replace that. Or if I can get an adapter kit, some sort, to be able to use my cluster. I probably could get away with changing out clusters, but I just really don't want to do that. The miles ain't right on that one to what's on my truck, so I don't really want to do that. So yeah. But other than that, it's going pretty good. Everything's working good on this truck. It's just doing a few checks on a few things, and it sums up what I did. That's why the hood's up. So I was just checking out a few things. Currently, I'm back in school with my automotive stuff, and I had to refill my AC on this, and I was checking it for leaks. I'd put some UV dye in there, and it looks like it just leaked out slowly over time because I've filled it up over a year ago before I was in school. So I'm gonna take it back to school because it was a little bit kind of low, and evacuate it, just get all the moisture if there's any in there, that sort of stuff to it. Other than that, it's working fine. Other than that, the old girl's good. Changed the seal on it, changed the rear seal finally. Got the part and replaced it, so I gotta replace my brake pads pretty soon on the back just because one side got oil soaked. Now I'm not leaking any more fluid, and my shifter will stop shaking going down the road because my rear diff was low on fluid. Now I'm ranting on everything but what I intended to do on this video. So thanks for watching.